Hey, what's happening? It's the birthday boy. Just turned 37 today. Again, guys, welcome to my channel. It's True Life Street Combat. And what I talk about is real life stuff. Tonight, what I want to talk about is what happens when you figure out your path. It takes a while. It's honestly, it's got to be one of the most difficult tasks that you could possibly go down. And you have to suffer. I mean, really go through hell before you even start to think about what your life mission could possibly be. And then you start thinking about it. Something that you feel. It's a feeling that you get deep inside you. It's so deep it resonates all the way down to your spirit. And you know it. And you know there's something there. You just don't know what it is. I had been kind of been beating down a dead horse last couple of videos, saying the same thing over and over again, but and the people that have actually been following my channel, you guys all know about my time that I spent in the service. Well, the time that I spent out of the service is what really beat me down enough to where I looked up what it would mean to go down a light path, a lighter path than the path that I was on. The path that I was on was so dark and dismal you couldn't tell that there was a light even at the end of the tunnel. There was no glimpse of a light. I was still sitting in the darkness. It wasn't until one day I looked at myself in the mirror and I asked myself, what am I here for? See, as a soldier, when your mission's done, and there's no more war to fight, or at least not on your front, it's difficult to find out where you fall in this whole crazy world. So I asked. And surprisingly, one day, I was, thank you YouTube, I was on YouTube. And this is why I'm also using this as an outlet for me. And a tiny homes video came on about shipping container homes. And that sparked the business plan that I'm currently working. Well, long story short, fast forward 6 months, all the planning, all the homework, all the research, everything that needed to be done to launch this business that I'm working on is done. But one thing. How was I going to fund it? And again, thank you, YouTube, for allowing us to have this as an outlet. It is literally the void. And that's an outstanding thing because I've learned so many things off of YouTube you won't even know. Anything and anything you want to learn is on YouTube. And yes, I'm giving a humongous shout out and a big, wide, open hug. Thank you to YouTube for giving us this outlet to be able to create. Because it was there that I had a future tech video show up. And a brand new revolutionary product just hit the market. Still hasn't had a whole lot of reviews. The ones that I have seen, the good ones are outstanding. And the bad ones that I'm seeing are just people doing what they normally do and hating on the product and automatically dismissing it before they even give it an opportunity. So, I have the Neo Rhythm brain accentuator coming. I'll be doing another YouTube video series unboxing this product. I'll be doing a YouTube video within the series of my day 1 review, my day 2 review, from day 2 every single day all the way till we get to day 7. After I do 7 days of review, I'm gonna skip and do a 1 week to 1 month review, and then do from 1 month to 3 months for the long-term effects. The reason why I am doing this is because, like I said before, I started my Kundalini walk and started learning how to find vibration, what vibration is, what source energy is, where the source energy comes from, how to tap into it, how to tune your body as a tuning fork to that frequency. What frequency was I tuned at? and how to raise my vibration to be at a higher frequency to be able to feel source energy. Now, for some of you, that's going over your head. I'm not surprised because it was going over mine. When I found and I tapped into source energy is when everything literally fell into my lap, one piece of the puzzle at a time. And as I ask questions, thank you, YouTube, because I get the answers. Source energy speaks through YouTube sometimes, and you guys don't know it. That's why I say YouTube is the void. So, there are a lot of light workers and a lot of spiritual workers that are broadcasting on YouTube now. Which is amazing, because anyone who's trying to go on their path, anyone who's trying to go on their way, anyone who's trying to figure this stuff out has this as their outlet. Excuse me, I'm joking. Has a place to go to find answers. Like I did. I did my entire Kundalini walk through YouTube. Sat down with spiritual gurus through YouTube. Took a Tony Robbins spiritual growth course through YouTube. The reason why I'm pointing out so much how beneficial YouTube has been for my journey is because without it, I wouldn't have had the spiritual healing that I needed. Without it, I wouldn't have gotten the proper messages coming to me that I needed to hear when I needed to hear them. Every single message that I have gotten came from a reading that I have received off of here. And it still, yes, I know, I understand, and thank you, Source, for giving me, for speaking through me, and for using me as a vessel to reach out to some of the masses as well, because now I can join in and I can jump into the fray because I have a voice that needs to be heard as well. I too am a starseed. I too am a light worker. I too am a healer. I am looking towards getting my high priesthood in the Wiccan faith, and then from there going on and taking my shaman quest and getting ordained as a real true life Native American shaman because of how much Native American blood that actually runs through my veins. And I know that it's Native because I can feel it. The drums that come from the Native American spirit touches mine in a way that only someone that has that blood within them will feel. So, again, and I've done a lot of that. I've learned a lot. I've learned so much. Thank you, YouTube, for giving us this outlet for us to be able to throw what we need into the void for whoever needs to hear it. Because my cup is overfilling. I am beginning to overfill with abundance, and I want to give a humongous shout out to Pretty Boss TV. Yes, I am one of your handsome bosses. Bull season, birthday boy. Yeah, yeah, let's get it. I am one of the handsome bosses out there, and I am jumping into the fray. Um, yeah, I kind of ramble in my postings sometimes because I do have a lot to say. And I've experienced a lot. I've lived the life that movies are made out of. And it's difficult for me to express all of this stuff and put it into proper context to put it on paper. So it's easier for me to just throw it into the void. And hopefully my journey and what I've been through will do for someone else what all of you guys' journeys have done for me. Yeah, I know better than to say in a situation like this because I did take Toastmasters. I have my Toastmasters certificate as well. It's just when you're going off the top of your head, it just, and I'm speaking from my soul. I'm speaking from source, and I'm letting source guide me in this, whatever I want to call this right now. I kind of want to call it my memoirs, I guess. I'm breaking it down piece by piece and going over the aspects of my journey. And right now is at that turning point to where it all culminates. I've been building this business for a while now, and it's also been a journey, a journey of growth, and a journey of acknowledgement that I am source energy, living in a human experience. I am a spiritual presence in a human body. I do have connection to source energy. I do have a direct link with the Creator. And yeah, I've gone through my struggles and my trials and my tribulations, but the one thing that I didn't do is I didn't give up. A lot of people out there pussies. Yeah, I'm calling it like it is. I'm a bull. We're raw. We're uncut. Ain't no stopping this. Ain't no slowing this train down. It's left the station, and if you're in the way, I feel for you, because the only two options you have is to get out of the way or get ran over, because the train don't stop for nobody. It's headed to the top, and if you're on board, jump on board, because we're going to the top together, baby. I've been saying this for the last 2 years. This has been my mantra for the last 2 years. Get on board, get out the way, or get ran over. This train is headed to the top, with or without you. So if you're on board, stay on board. We'll get it together. If you're in the way, expect to get ran the hell over. It's not my point. It's not my place right now to put my personal business out there until after it's all done. Just know that there's some people out there that do have to get ran over, and I feel bad for them. I feel sorry for them because I'm here. I'm at that turning point. I'm at that tipping point. I've made it to where the road to the top is no longer difficult. I've made it to where I'm not just moving within my passion, I'm living in it. I'm living through my heart chakra. And I will get to the chakras on another video because that goes down a completely different rabbit hole, and that most people don't even realize their chakras are off balance. If your chakras are off balance, you're always going to be off balance because everything's off balance from that. But you don't realize it until you have what they say in the tarot world, your tower moment, where everything that you've worked so hard for, crawled, scratched, and bit down, white knuckled your way through to get to, it's suddenly snatched from up underneath your feet. And then you're stuck with two options. Sit there and admit defeat, or toughen the fuck up and man up. Well, I will not fail, and failure is not an option. And when you have that mindset, if I can change the way you think, I can change what you do. Thank you, John Taffer. I have a lot of people that were inspirations to me. People that I have not met. People that have created my theologies and my thought processes and how I manage myself today. Because coming back from 4 years of PTSD triggers. Yes, 4 years of PTSD's worth triggers. 2 years in the penitentiary, 2 years in combat. I had to find myself again. I had to find out who Mr. Smooth is. I had to find out who Mr. Mark Smith Brown is. I had to find out who True Life Street Combat really is. My businesses that I build are extensions of myself. And now I have a third business name that will be I will be purchasing here very shortly, as soon as I have the funding to do so. Oh, excuse me. And anyone who feels gracious enough to donate to the cause, It is greatly appreciated. It is not asked, but it is appreciated. And I do not expect anything. I just hope that these videos that I am making reach somebody that needs them during their time of need, like the videos that I got when I needed them. So it's kind of the proverbial paying it forward type of a situation now, since it was so good and not just inspirational but guiding for me during my time of need. I feel as though it is a need to pay it back. And when you're going down your Kundalini walk, the reason why it's so difficult to do is because you're looking in deep within yourself. You're taking a deep, dark look at the deepest of darkest of crevices of your mind, to the point to where you start to heal your spirit. And you have to. You have to go down that journey. Because when you go down that journey, what happens is you awaken a portion of your brain called the pineal gland, and it creates a vibrational frequency that flows throughout your entire body, and you can feel it as if it's real raw energy. I feel it as if it's almost like electricity that flows off of my fingertips. I haven't mastered Chi yet, but I mastered it enough to where I can work with it, and I know what it is. Excuse me, I'm sorry for yawning in your faces. But I really wanted to get this message out, not just because I feel as though I want to just talk about myself. No, it's because I'm working within Source Spirit. I'm going down that route. I walked away from structured religion. I put down the Bible. I dropped the Quran. Yes, I'm still studying and practicing the Wiccan craft, but the reason why is because it is the manipulation of energy. Whether you're pulling it from Gaia herself, the planet, or you're pulling it from a tree, and it's still the same energy. I have to say, I was blessed to have grown up during an era where Captain Planet was still on TV, because Gaia, the spirit of the earth, is exactly what that is. It is, Gaia is the spirit of the earth. It's this beautiful blue rock that we're sitting on. That big old, beautiful, big, pretty blue marble that's floating in the sky. Well, we're sitting on it. That's Gaia. For those who don't know this, and for those who are actually going on your walk, I do recommend that you check out the Gaia channel on YouTube. You will find some exceptional information there, and also for your zodiac tarot card readings, the best, and I say it again because I'm a handsome boss, is Miss Pretty Boss TV herself. Please check her out on Patreon at Pretty Boss TV. Her tarot card readings are outstanding, and I support and back you 100%, girl. Continue to do your thing. Happy belated birthday, Miss Pretty Boss. This handsome boss had one the day after, and I had to jump in the fray. But once you tap in, get tapped in, tuned in, and turned on, thank you. Shout out to Abraham Hicks. Abraham Hicks, you and these spirits and source speaking through you as a conduit has been what has got me through some of the darkest times of this walk. And you're going to go through them. And they're not going to be easy. And I'm not going to bullshit you about it either. The shit's going to hurt. But that pain that you're feeling, that pain that you're going to go through, it's a part of the healing process. I've said this for years. You got to crawl through hell to get to heaven. Because you do. Because in order for you to get to that level of understanding and appreciation, acceptance, and unconditional love, and unconditionally giving it your all, only then do you have the right to the keys to your own heaven. But you have to feel the burn first. You got to feel that pain first. You have to feel pain that's so deep that it scars your spirit. You gotta feel pain that is so intense that you don't know if you're gonna be able to walk away from it. But by not giving up, do you gather the strength and the willpower and the tenacity that you need to be able to feel the unconditional love and support from Source Spirit. Now you're gonna see a lot of things when you're going on your walk and you're going down your path. I do recommend the Kundalini walk. It's something that the gurus have been, all of them talk about. It is the Kundalini path is going on the beginning stages of your light path and light worship and being able to tap into Source Spirit. Because you have to heal first. I live in the vibration now. A lot of people feel vibrational energy. I have surpassed that. I feel it. I live in it. And I don't leave. And I don't let it leave. But not everybody has that innate ability to manipulate energy like I have been able to my entire life. I just didn't know what direction to go about manipulating the energy. And when you do finish your Kundalini walk, manifestation, like the real deal manifestation, manifesting from here never works. Manifesting from here never works. You have to manifest from here. You have to manifest from your heart space. You have to manifest from the place within you that you felt unstoppable. The place in here that made you feel like the juggernaut. Like you could run through a wall. Well, that's the space that you need to get it from. And that's the heart space that you tap into. And for a lot of us, that space is extremely tethered and not written, it's late, raw and still tender from the lashings that has been taking your entire life. But when you do, and you actually start to heal those wounds, something incredible happens. And all of a sudden, just like a light switch, pow, everything turns on. And you don't get it all downloaded all the way. It takes time. It takes a lot of meditation and balancing your chakras and putting in the work and continuing to move forward when everybody else wants to go backwards and moving against the crowd, not with it. Once you got to that stage, then and only then will Source, Spirit reach out to you. You don't have to find Source. Why? Because Source, Spirit is within you. You see, the difference isn't in the fact that how do I put this? On one hand, you have yourself. Most people are under the assumption that Source Spirit is over here. But in actuality, it falls in place like yin and yang, creating a whole. And that walk, and I'm going to say the name again, the Kundalini walk. If you was already tapping into vibrational energy and you was already feeling vibrational frequencies, start looking at your own from the inside out. Feel your aura as it pulsates off your body. Feel your energy reserve start to deplete when you start to get restless or go to lay down or go to sleep. But it's unconditional. And that's the point. And once you get past that portion of the Kundalini walk, if you don't have a clear, concise direction to go in, because your brain is too bogged down and jumbled up with all the new stuff that you found out about, don't feel bad. It happens to everybody. And this stuff does become extremely intense after a while. Because once you get to a certain point, it's no longer any place that you can hide. You don't have the option but to take a deep, long look inside yourself. Going inward was the most difficult task that I could possibly say I've done in my adult life. But what it forced me to do is it forced me to, one, be patient. It forced me to, number two, not to take anything for granted. And number three, it taught me that there was a light. I just couldn't see it yet. And to keep going. Because I'm strong. Because Source Spirit is within us. Now, only the real warriors will be able to tap into that gland in the back of your brain called the pineal gland. But that doesn't mean that we need to stop moving forward. And I've gotten to that point to where it all came together. Like somebody walked in and turned on a light switch. So that was my rant for tonight. No better way for me to spend my birthday than to spend it with you guys. I know that I haven't got a fan base yet, but this is just the first of many videos that I'm going to be doing, because it just makes sense. For all of you that are on your light path, I want to say I'm proud of you. We are, all of us light workers are. And don't give up. don't give up. Don't stop. Don't quit. The second you quit, you die. All right, you guys. Thank you for paying attention to my channel. You know, this is just the beginning of my path, and I'm grateful to have the void that I can put my thoughts in, that I can dump everything into, and have that available for anyone who needs it. It's Mark Smith Brown. True life, street combat. It's been great spending my birthday with you guys. Have a good night.